Okay, guys, so it looks like, Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures are going to start their own, another cinematic universe featuring the big, giant monsters. Hey, everybody, this is David, and I wanted to talk about the latest news that Deadline just reported that Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures are going to be teaming up to do a King Kong versus Godzilla movie. Now, so you don't get confused, there is a Godzilla versus King Kong movie that was made, I believe, in the 1960s or something like that. That's not this. This is actually going to be a new King Kong versus Godzilla movie. Now, from my understanding, Legendary Pictures is still going to do the King Kong movie that they announced earlier this year, or last year at Comic Con, I believe, at last year's Comic Con. They announced that they were going to do Kong Skull Island, which is going to feature Tom Hiddleston in the lead role. And it was going to have Michael Keaton and J.K. Simmons, but they dropped out of the project earlier this year. And I forgot who they were casting right now, but they did name some names already, that some actors that are going to be in the movie. But Tom Hiddleston is going to play the lead, and from my understanding, they're still going through with that film first. And that movie, I believe, is supposed to come out in 2017. And then Warner Brothers is going to be releasing Godzilla, their next Godzilla film, in 2018. And so I'm going to guess that this King Kong versus Godzilla will come out maybe in 2018 as well, or maybe in 2019. So this is interesting news. I mean, we know that Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures split not too, like, last year, I believe, and Legendary went to Universal, but I guess, they must have came up with an agreement to do this, Godzilla versus King Kong film. And to me, it's an I didn't think I'd get this excited about it, but when I read the news, I was like, wow, this could actually be a lot of fun if done right. And it makes me wonder how big are they planning to make King Kong, because if you watch the Peter Jackson version of the film, which came out in 2006, King Kong isn't that big. But are they going to upgrade him? And now there's, like, people are speculating whether or not Legendary and Warner Brothers will add Pacific Rim into this whole monster facade, and maybe I read one theory, somebody thinking that maybe, the government or something will make King Kong his own mecha suit or something like that. So this is interesting. I love this. I think it's cool when movies are now trying to do all these crossovers, and it's not just like superhero crossovers. Now we're getting these creature crossovers, and I know Universal is also planning their monster cinematic universe featuring characters like Dracula and the Mummy and the Werewolf, etc., etc. So it's cool that the monster characters, the giant monster characters, are going to, or at least Godzilla and King Kong for now, which is the obvious way to go. You need to do an update of that movie, especially in this day and age with the technology that we have now with special effects. Godzilla, it was an okay movie. It wasn't great. It was kind of a letdown, but that fight at the end kind of made up for it a little bit. And Peter Jackson's King Kong, I actually enjoyed a lot, and I thought it was a pretty underrated movie when it first came out, because I know not a lot of people really gave it a chance right away. And I've known a few people who already checked it out in recent years that, like, was surprised by it when they saw it, and I'm like, yeah, I told you it was a good movie. And a lot of people didn't want to believe me at the time for some reason. But yeah, I'm glad there's another King Kong movie, and I'm really interested in that one with Tom Hiddleston. I'm really looking forward to that one. And I'm really looking forward to the next Godzilla film. So I really hope this crossover does work out. I mean, I really hope to see it sooner rather than later, but we'll see. Right now, Gareth Edwards, I think, is directing Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One. So the first spin-off Star Wars movie. And then after that, he's going to be directing the next Godzilla film. So that should all be interesting. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think of this Godzilla versus King Kong film. Do you think it's a good idea, or do you think, maybe it's not a great idea? I think it's gonna be awesome, especially if they focus on those two just battling it out. Who's gonna be the good guy? Who's gonna be the bad guy? Because they kind of already established Godzilla as a good guy in the Godzilla movie, right? Unless he goes like crazy or something, and they have to get King Kong to take him down. I don't know. Tell me what you think, and until next time, guys. Take care.